Over in the pages of DC Comics, the publisher is looking to honor what came before in the Planetary franchise with a brand new Outsider series. Our new team of heroes featuring Kane operating as Batwoman alongside Luke Fox are set to explore the archaeological secrets in the DC universe. In fact, our team is even joined by a drummer of their very own. My name is Ariko Braddock, and today let's go ahead and celebrate the lasting legend of the Planetary series with Outsiders Issue 1. Before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button over on this video. Explore the forgotten corners of DC's multiverse with Batwoman and Luke Fox. Outsiders Issue 1 is written from Jackson Lanzing and Collin Kelly, featuring art from Robert Carey. We have colors from Valentina Taddeo, letters from Tom Napolitano, and a cover coming in over from Roger Cruz and Adriano Lucas. Really appreciate how this cover homages the Planetary franchise, featuring a drummer of their very own, as we mentioned earlier here. Want to extend a big thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste and preview some of the ambitious artwork coming in from Robert Carey. Really appreciate the colors introducing Kane's hair coming in from Valentina Taddeo, especially as Kane is sifting through the rubble in this opening sequence. One of the aspects that makes this Outsider series incredibly compelling are the ambitious layouts that Robert Carey brings to the narrative. This opening page featuring Kane sifting through the rubble features really interestingly shaped panels juxtaposed against these text pieces over on the page. I also really enjoyed some of the ways that Jackson Lanzing and Collin Kelly wrote some of the understated narrative between Kate and Luke. It really feels like the duo's relationship develops over the course of this series. I also really like this sequence over where Kate calls out Luke essentially for not being her father and said that if Lucius himself would have extended the invitation, she would have immediately accepted it. I really think this is just a fantastic way to follow up on the characterization from Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams lent from the main Batwoman series featuring Kane here. Also, really found that some of the next sequences in the issue brought out so many fascinating aspects of Valentina Taddeo's colors. Really find the beautiful red hues over from Kane are juxtaposed incredibly nicely over from this white suit that Luke Fox is wearing across this sequence here. I also really appreciate as Kane is trying to get some more information that we once again have these disparate and oddly shaped panels, once again adding a ton of intrigue into the narrative here. I really found this page to show off the true scope of the Outsiders organization as Kate ends up on a ship alongside Luke, where she actually is able to meet up with Lucius here. Once again, seeing the full scope of the Outsiders organization is fascinating, especially because this is also the prelude to the Accession event introducing the drummer. While I do think Kate and Luke have a really strong narrative and so much interesting dialogue, the drummer also brings out so many fascinating pieces of this narrative. The way that the drummer's powers work over in the comic book are fascinating, as Luke says repeatedly that the drummer is talking to history as opposed to using some grander power, calling out the archaeology over in the DC universe. I also think the final couple pages do such a great job pulling on the foundation of the entire comic book series and even homaging a couple aspects of the main Planetary series. Overall, I just thought the incredibly brainy script in this issue did a great job accommodating their really interesting and subversive cast of leading characters while setting up a strong team dynamic over in the main Outsiders comic book series. So at the end of the day, I really think Outsiders 1 is an incredibly strong comic book title, really showing some of the most fascinating archaeological based aspects over in the DC universe. I already like the dynamic in the team formed around the drummer, Kate, and Luke. I'm interested to see where this dynamic pays off and if more elements of the base Planetary series are set to be introduced over as this comic book continues. I think there's so much incredible pathos and ambition in this comic book series, and while it may not live up to Planetary in the first issue alone, I think the future is looking bright over in The Outsiders. It's all just determined over by fan response over at this point. I want to know from you. Did you appreciate Outsiders 1? What did you think about the debut issue? What are some of your thoughts about this brand new team dynamic forming? And what are some of your impressions of this drummer character? Thanks so much for coming to check out our video review for Outsiders 1, and we'll be back to see where this comic is headed in the near future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.